Alright guys, Rob here, back from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Just wanted to put a little warning out to everybody. I'm kind of following what's going on, and dots are starting to connect here. Last night, I was watching the news, and they were banks to stop with the lending of money for mortgages for all these houses that is going on in Canada. Right now, we look like 2007, 2008 in the US when they had the huge housing bubble. I think Canada is now in a housing bubble. If you've been following my channel, you know I talked about noticing the prices of houses exploding in Canada, and bidding wars going on, and foreigners moving in. And now this warning came out, and also, if you guys remember what happened in the U.S. Housing bubble, bank bailouts. Now, if you go back to my warning about the budget in Canada that came out, that included bank bail-ins right in the budget that got passed. You can start seeing dots connecting here, guys. So I would myself, I'm kind of a little bit ahead of the game. I'm keeping an eye on things. I got the tiny house. I'm trying to get off grid as soon as possible. I will be going to the bank and moving some investments out of the bank. Some of that will go hopefully to, I haven't gone to figure out the land thing yet for a possible move for the tiny house. I haven't talked to the guy. He's not available till the weekend. But we'll see how that goes. But anyway, once the money's out, I'm going to load up on silver. I'm going to probably get way more food than what I have, prepping wise. And the rest will go into the tiny house, setting up the panels and the batteries. I believe that'll do her. But I will keep some money in the bank just in case, so I can order stuff via credit cards and online and stuff like that. So it's getting pretty crazy here, guys. Where Canada right now is looking like the U.S. back in 2008, just before the housing bubble tanked the economy. And if you guys already know what I think about that, our economy's still in the tank. So this will be part two, and this might even trigger something else. And there was also a warning out. I think it was in the States, but it's going to always affect us here. Food price increases going to be up to 300% or something like that. Oh man. So if you guys aren't getting prepared and trying to shield yourself from all this damage, I hope you do so. I don't know what effect that would do for the U.S. if Canada tanked, and then basically if Canada had the housing bubble crash, what that would do to the U.S. I don't know if it would affect my U.S. viewers as much, but I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket. I'd still get your prepping stuff done, whatever you can do, whatever you can afford, as soon as possible, guys. This is no joke. And then there's a lot of UN trucks and stuff being seen around the U.S. right now. Basically stuff that looked from the Hunger Games, just painted white with the UN logo on it. I don't know too much about that. I know there was a guy talking about there's a factory in the U.S. that produces them, and then they ship them all over the world. But a lot of people are saying, well, they're not really leaving the U.S. So we don't really know what that's about. But this is kind of my warning video, mostly for any Canadians watching. If you connect the dots, we have a booming housing market that's highly inflated. The prices are, I think the average house in Toronto and Vancouver is $1 million minimum. And it used to be like 700,000 or less. So highly inflated. There's bidding wars. The banks are going crazy, loving it. But this is setting up the housing bubble, what happened in the United States, if you guys remember, which we still haven't recovered from. So, and then with the bank bail-ins, budget passed through the government, that's in place now. So that's 2 dots connected, okay, from as far as I can tell. And then the economy's still in the tank, that's number 3. And if we tank again, it'll be probably even worse than when the 2008 hit, and there'll be even less jobs, and food prices are probably going to skyrocket, like they're saying 300%. But I think that's to do, the food price increase is not a supply-demand thing. It's, they're going to gouge us because the devaluation of the currency. So I'm going to try and load up. I'm actually going tomorrow for my appointment. By the time you guys see this video, it'll be already done. But I'll keep doing updates for you guys, and hopefully you guys are going to be holding on tight, because it's looking pretty crazy here. I like to keep an eye on things, and I know what to look for, how to connect the dots, to cut through the bullshit of the propaganda news. So this is huge, guys. I hope everybody's been following my videos and doing some kind of prepping. If not, well, if something happens, guys, sorry, but I gave you a warning, right? And I'm sure other people have too, but whatever. I'm out of here for now, guys. That's it for me. Thanks.